I need to get some coffee before we start this week's video. Longest 2 minutes of my life. Now that we've got the important stuff out of the way, let's talk about 7 home improvements that actually add value to your house. Now, when we talk about adding value, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's a dollar for dollar return on investment, meaning I spent $5,000 to do it, therefore if I sold my house, it would be worth an additional $5,000. In fact, most of the time when you do something to increase the value of your house, you can expect that it's not going to be a dollar for dollar return. Sometimes it is, sometimes it's more than that, but most of the time it's like 80% or even lower. So do these things if you're going to be living in your house and you just want to enjoy your house while you're living there, make it more functional, make it more usable, but don't do it with the plan that it's going to drastically increase the value of your house, because most of the time what that does is you end up over improving your house. You spend $100,000 to fix it up, but it's only worth an additional $30,000 when you go to sell, which means you've wasted a lot of money unnecessarily. I should film drinking coffee more often. This is awesome. Number 7 is built-in bookcases. Now, does this add a lot of value to your house? No, not really. However, if you have a big empty nook on either side of a fireplace, for example, could you put in some storage, put in some wooden shelves, put in a countertop with a cabinet below? It makes it very practical. Not only do you get the decorative shelving where you can display all of your knickknacks, your trinkets, your home decor, your children's fabulous works of art, but you also could put a cabinet down below and store things out of the way, such as photo albums, CDs. Yes, we still have a box of CDs that we probably have not listened to in at least 8 years. And I'm not even going to tell you about the VHS tapes that are in a cardboard box under there. Don't judge. Number 6, closet organizers. Yes, these are a great thing to add. So if you buy a house that has that awful wire shelving, and you know what I'm talking about, if you've got wire shelving in your pantry, you go to sit down a bottle of syrup and the thing falls over sideways because it's not a flat surface. And if you've got wire shelving in your walk-in closet, I remember I came home from work one day, the entire shelving unit had pulled out of the wall and my stuff went all over the floor of the closet because I had a few too many pieces of clothing hanging on that rack and it simply was not strong enough to support it. Closet organizers are definitely going to add value to your house. If you plan to sell in the future, when buyers see this beautifully organized closet with substantial wooden shelving, they're gonna prefer that over the wire shelves any day of the week. Number 5 on my list of home improvements that add value to your house is some sort of a drop zone, a landing zone, if you will. Now, this was a DIY project that my awesome hubby built for us when we moved into our house. It's in our laundry room and it's an exterior door going out to the driveway. So this is the door that we go in and out through most of the time. By having a little landing zone, meaning hooks on the wall where kids can hang backpacks, I can hang my purse, you can hang your computer bag, you can hang up your keys, you can put the mail, you could have a cell phone charging area. All of this stuff is in a separate area so it doesn't clutter up your kitchen island. It doesn't just go all over your dining room table, because let's face it, we walk in the door with all this stuff and we got to set it somewhere, and half the time it just gets dumped in the kitchen because that's where everybody congregates, right? Not only does it keep your house less cluttered and more organized, and so it's functional and it's usable. Wow, did you hear the dog snore? Seriously, girl? But let's face it, it is straight out of a Chip and Joanna Gaines makeover, right? Everybody loves the drop zone, the landing area, the farmhouse style mud room where you can hang all your stuff when you walk in the door. Number 4 on my list of home improvements that add value is a little bit controversial. I have had appraisers tell me that a fence does not add value to your house, which I just can't wrap my head around. I mean, it's going to cost you, I would say, a minimum of $6,000 or $7,000 to put a fence around your backyard. And everybody likes having a fence. People have dogs that they want to let out during the day that aren't going to then take off running down the street. Is there anybody in the world who hates having a fenced backyard? Why would that not add value? So if you are watching this and you are an appraiser, will you please comment down below and tell me why on earth you do not consider a fence to add any value to your house? But here's my position on that. If you need a fence while you're living in the house because you have small kids, you have animals who are going to go outside, you just want privacy. You want to be able to sit on your screen porch in the morning drinking coffee in your pajamas, and you don't want all of your neighbors to see you. If you want a fence and you're going to enjoy using that fence while you live there, then you do it. Now, when you go to sell your house, if the appraiser doesn't think that it really adds a lot of value to your property, consider this. If your house is for sale, but other houses in the neighborhood are also for sale, for example, the house directly next door, and yours has a fence and that one does not, your house is going to appear more favorably in the eyes of the buyer. So even though it may not add a lot of dollars to your bottom line, it will help your house appear more desirable to the buyers. Do your dogs snore like this? Number 3 on our list is upgraded kitchen counters. Trust me, upgrading your ratty old laminate scratched counters to quartz, marble, or granite will never, ever be a bad idea. Number 2 on my list is a shed. Now, here in Savannah, we don't often get basements. There are very, very, very few houses that have a basement in Savannah. And we all need storage. But when you only have a 2-car garage, there's only so many places that you can put stuff. So people love to put a shed in their backyard. This is, again, something else that may not provide a one-to-one return, but if it's a nice looking shed that's not all dilapidated that needs to get torn down, people are going to appreciate that they have a place where they can put all of the lawn stuff and bicycles and cushions for your patio furniture and all those things, and be able to actually put something in the garage like, oh, I don't know, your car. And now, the moment you've all been waiting for. Number 1 on my list of home improvements that add value to your house is, drumroll please, a screened porch. Now, here in the Savannah area, we are very fortunate in that we have warm weather the vast majority of the year. So if you can sit outside and have a little bit of shade, have a ceiling fan, and have it be enclosed so that you keep bugs away, you can sit out here when it's raining cats and dogs, and it's still a very enjoyable place to sit. In fact, this is my husband's favorite place to take a nap. He comes and lies down on the sofa, listens to the sound of the rain, sleeps like a baby. Have you thought about selling your house? I've got a free guide for you called 7 Tips to a Fast Sale that will help you decide what things you should do to improve your house before you put it on the market that will help it make it stand out against all the others and sell faster. Go ahead and click that link and get yours today.